You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
People are stupid. That's how it always starts. You have to talk into the mic.
Yeah, people are still stupid. Brian, I think you're drinking too much coffee. You got to get those teeth whitened. I hate to say it.
You say it. Well, you say it every time, so you must like to say it because you say it.
No, I
every time.
hate to say it. You got such nice teeth and such a nice smile. It's a little whitening when we get home. Are we ready to go?
We went through this. Yeah, we're on.
And hello, everybody. Here we are. Bronny, where are we?
We are in Reykjavik.
We're in.
That's how they say it here.
We're in Iceland. It was fucking crazy. Who would ever have thought we'd be in Iceland?
Yeah, I mean, I always knew I would come here, but I didn't know I'd be here like right now. It feels kind of random,
but
in the best way.
With the whole family, we got Burke. With Burke, everyone knows he's a semester abroad in Europe, so he met us here. So we got here 2 days ago, and it's really nice, isn't it?
It's a cool country.
It's very interesting.
Cool, literally and figuratively.
And everybody's
it's pretty
nice.
freaking cold.
With cool stuff, though, right?
Yeah, very.
And we just came from dinner. It's actually late. It's almost midnight here.
Yeah, it's 11:30 right now, p.m.
And we had a really cool dinner. Why don't you tell us about the dinner we had?
It was like a traditional Icelandic tasting menu, and so it was like a full tasting menu. So there was no menu, right? Like we didn't order anything. The chef brought us whatever he wanted, and the woman comes up. She goes, "So it's traditional Icelandic, and it's based off the seasons. And the season we're in right now,
it was a bad sell at the beginning.
That's
wasn't
why
it?
I'm laughing because she goes, the season we're in right now is an interim season. We're just a little past winter. We're not into summer yet.
When nothing
and
grows.
We're in the season where nothing grows. So the menu is inspired by a lot of cured meats and
seaweed.
Well, she was like, the only thing that grows in this time is seaweed. So there's a lot of seaweed in the dinner.
I was so
turned
turned off.
Cured meats and offcuts. And Dad was like, great. I can't wait for this.
For this old stale food that doesn't grow,
But it was really good.
It was a good meal.
It was just like all interesting. Like it was a lot of lamb, and we ate cod face. Like that, they served us the cheek of a cod fish,
which was very interesting.
It was great tasting.
No, it was a good meal, great company, good time with the family.
Last night we ate whale.
First time I ever had whale.
We ate fin whale, and we ate puffin,
which is a bird. Yeah.
It is a bird. Yeah, everyone knows what puffins are.
I don't know about that.
Everyone's seen a puffin. You might not know the name, but if you Google puffin and you're listening to this because you don't know, you'll go, "Oh yeah, I've seen that." Or if you're mom, you'll go, "Oh no, I can't believe you ate that."
Yeah, it was. We've been trying different stuff, and it's really a lot of fun here, and great. The best family time. It's such a beautiful trip and experience. And today we went to one of the natural wonders of the world, right?
So we went to the Blue Lagoon, yeah, which I'm sure a lot of people know what it is.
You can put a picture up and show them, right?
Yeah, I can put a picture of us right here, like where my hand is.
Yeah,
It'll be right
yeah,
there.
that's what I'm saying.
It was very cool. It's like a geothermal spa in the middle of nowhere. It's like lava rock for miles and miles and miles. Like nothing, not even grass grows because it's just lava. And then
my favorite song.
And then you find this pool, and it was like light blue, and it's supposed to be good for your skin. I don't know if it was or not, but it's supposed to be. And I mean, it was cool. Yeah.
Good family time.
Yeah. But it's
nice
a cool country.
I'm glad we're here.
Yeah. And then we leave tomorrow to go, just making sure that's recording. We leave tomorrow on a road trip. We're like traveling all around the South Coast.
What do we got tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow we're just driving to like halfway. Like the main destination is the glacier. It's like the biggest glacier in the country. It's called Skaft.
So no sneakers tomorrow, wearing boots?
No, you can wear sneakers. Tomorrow we're just like driving and getting out and seeing the waterfall and getting out and seeing the black sand beach and getting out and seeing, like things like that along the drive.
So I could do sneakers.
Yeah, I'm wearing sneakers tomorrow.
Okay.
And then the next day we're driving to the glacier, which we're staying over.
First time I'm ever.
And we're climbing on the glacier.
Ice climbing, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, so that'll be. I've never even seen a glacier in my life. Have you ever seen a glacier?
Yeah, in Africa,
like
like Kilimanjaro. Remember that whole thing?
Is that a glacier?
Oh, it's crazy. The whole fucking thing. The top of it.
Oh.
We hiked the volcano, but then you would get to the top, and it's so cold.
Yeah.
And then you see the whole glacier. It's very cold.
This glacier might be the biggest. It's either the biggest in the world or the biggest in the country, but it's the biggest something. The glacier that we're seeing. It's like huge. It would take you like 4 hours to drive across it.
So it's a fun. It's so far it's been a great trip.
Yeah, the people here are friendly. the city's very like designed
and very safe
and clean,
very Scandinavian like, right?
Very Scandinavian, like honestly too Scandinavian. Everything is like very minimal, very sparse,
and that natural color where like you see the lamp behind
it's honestly my style. Everything is earth tones, as you say.
Yeah, no, I see it. I like it. It's very great trip. Love being with the family. So much fun. It's a good time, and here we are.
Yeah, doing this podcast
here, on
at
location.
Midnight on location.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, but sometimes the best convos come late. Like, you know, when you're with your friends, and the later it gets, the more substantial the conversations get. You know,
we have a good conversation anyway.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to put a little positive spin on doing it late.
Nice.
And
really?
Dad's sitting on for those just listening, I have this nice big comfy chair, and Dad's sitting on the corner of his bed in his hotel
leaning
room.
over you. Yeah. Because I love you. I'm giving you the better seat.
I offered you the better seat.
You did, but I figured you.
But also, I could never. We always do this way. That's why
it would not work.
You have to talk into the mic.
I could not look to the right. That would be a weird thing.
Well, don't do that. Yeah. Talk to it.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Right. This is the way we just always do it.
Yeah.
So you got the corner of the bed, like a dog, like the foot of the bed.
Like a dog. Okay.
Well, like dogs, that's where that's
okay.
Traditionally.
I chose the spot, so it's no problem.
Okay. All right.
Bitch.
If I had actually, no sound would work with this. I don't know. We don't have our sound.
Yeah, thank God.
We're running slim. We got our travel mics and our travel recorder.
We had to go get batteries. So what
at 10-11?
Yeah, which is 7-11.
The 7-Eleven here is called 10-11.
And so what's going on otherwise, Bronny? What's topic wise? Anything going on in the world?
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing happened the night before we left.
Trump getting indicted.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "I can't wait to hear your thoughts on that." I was like, "I don't really." You're talking now too close in the mic. It's fine.
Okay, I don't really. We know why they did it. I'm not worried about it.
What are you not worried about?
Him going to jail. It's such a crock of shit.
Well, so he already.
And what did they indict him for this whole fucking thing?
But it was so. I mean, we can look it up exactly, but we don't.
I like to look it up exactly. I don't know what they invited him for.
So I do know, but then we'll read what it was the campaign funds aspect.
Put that in the.
It's that the payment that he made to Stormy Daniels.
Oh, I heard
was
come on.
But it was they used campaign funds for it, which is like against the law, campaign law.
They're all corrupt. Every one of them. Every one of them are corrupt.
Yeah, but that's not a reason to not do something.
No, but you're missing the point though. But their purpose. I'll lower. I'll take it away. They're purposely doing it because they're worried about him running again. That's all this is.
Yeah, but those are
%.
different things. What you said they're all corrupt.
Okay, but my point is they're literally fucking doing this 100% because they're afraid of him. It's such a crock of shit to make America look more pathetic to indict a president. Give me a fucking break. What about Biden? Biden's not being fucking indicted, or son's not being indicted, or Hillary Clinton.
Well, the son's different than Biden.
But why is the son being indicted? Why didn't Hillary Clinton get indicted? I mean, come on.
Well, what would Hillary be indicted for?
Oh, fucking all the email issues, the problem with all that fraudulent stuff with the emails.
What fraudulent stuff?
There was stuff that there was the criminal activities. I forget, it was years ago, but there were problems that they found with all her emails, all the wrongdoing that she was doing.
Well, there was fucking sketchy stuff in there. Right, but okay.
If they investigate, they would find out. I guarantee it.
Maybe.
No, guaranteed. And the fact that she has billion, like.
But you don't think Trump's ever gotten someone murdered? I'm sure he has.
Who knows?
But you see that's like a very clear bias that you just have.
No.
You're like, she definitely has murdered people. And with Trump, you're like, who knows?
No, listen. The bias is not the bias that I'm saying they're all corrupt. The bias is how they only go after him. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Trump's a saint, he's a god, or this. That's not what I'm saying. But it's such a fucking joke that they fear him. Like Biden, we know that whole family's major corrupt. We know that. There's no secret about it. But so is Trump's. Like, it doesn't take away. No, but you're saying if you're going to do one, you got to do all? They're only going after him because this is what they do. It's like a fucking witch hunt. They did it with the Mueller report. They keep trying to go after him. They're not going after other presidents. Give me a fucking break. It's the truth.
Yeah,
it's
truth. Definitely more with Trump.
No, not more. It is. There was nothing on the other ones.
Of course, in recent times, back in the day, that's all journalism was. Journalism now, it's sad because journalism now we think of as literally like an arm of the president. But up until Obama was the first president that was the case. The whole country was always against Bush. The media was always like calling Bush's bullshit out, always doing that. Same with Clinton, same with every president. That was what journalism was.
But they didn't do anything.
No, but they always called like in the news. They always were like, that's bullshit. They always pressed the president on things. So
you're fine.
Yeah, but right, that's what they should be doing.
Okay,
but they don't do it to Biden.
No, but
that's what they should be doing to every president.
No, but the difference is it's the press, not the press. It's so bifurcated. It's so political. Where before it wasn't political.
But
it just was they acted on behalf of the people wanting to know. Now it's so corrupt the press.
But
it's a political.
It's one-sided.
Yeah, because it's not the press. It's bullshit.
Right, but so they're doing half press because you said if they investigated Hillary, they would do it. So would you want them to investigate Hillary? Wait, let me ask you that. Would you want them to investigate Hillary? Would you want the press to like dig deep into Hillary's shit to find stuff?
They did, but then when they found stuff, they buried it.
Right, but
just like Biden, when they fucking raided Trump's house, okay, when they raided his house because they thought he had documents, they fucking raided his house. Okay, now when they know Biden, by the way, it's not speculative. They know for a fact that he had confidential documents, and they didn't raid his house. By the way,
I agree.
Listen, they didn't even what they did. They didn't fucking raid his house. Ironically, the lawyers happen to find stuff. Now there could be more. Why did they raid his fucking house?
There is.
He's the president.
Right, so I agree with you, but do you see what I'm getting at? Like,
they're different.
Do you think what they did to Trump is wrong?
They're different issues.
Okay, so
I think the motivation behind it and the way they're cherry picking is 100% wrong.
But the motivation's a moot point because what's being done is done.
No, it's not. It's not.
So because they're doing it to Trump out of malice, you don't like it. But if they were doing it to Trump out of journalism, would you be okay with it, or would you still be like what they're doing is wrong? Right, but what I'm saying is it used to like. Or here, like that's why I said, would you want them to go after Hillary and investigate her? Yes or no? Like, would you want them getting all up in her business, reading her shit?
If there's,
but you said for the murder, you said they definitely murdered. They've definitely murdered people. I was like, I don't know. And you said if they investigated, they would find out.
Okay.
So would you want the FBI and all that shit to be like, we're fucking investigating?
Yeah, but they wouldn't.
Okay, but then
they wouldn't.
But would you want them to?
Okay,
so then
you're not going to break it down. It doesn't work that way.
It
doesn't work
because
that way.
I'm okay. What I'm trying to get at is I'm okay with the law enforcement and journalism going after the presidents on every little thing they do. That's what journalism is.
But though, Bronson, there's also everyone has some degree of skeletons in their closet. Everyone does these little gray area things in life.
Sure, so but you can get over those things. Like tell us all about Trump, and I can make up my mind if I like it or not. Tell me all about Biden, and I can make up my mind. Tell me all about Obama, and I can make up my mind. They used to do that. They used to tell every little dirty thing about Bush, trying to take him down every week. Same with Clinton. It wasn't a partisan thing. It was a journalism versus power thing.
Little different, but it's.
If Trump did things wrong, he should pay for them. Okay. Just like if Hillary did things wrong, she should pay for them. But they're only doing it one-sided.
Biden, 100%, we know have done things wrong.
So do you think that they should do stuff about it? Do you think that the FBI should raid Biden's home?
We know the FBI will never do that.
That's not what I'm asking.
Yes.
Like if you were in a deposition, I was the lawyer, you're doing a bad job of answering the questions. You would get annoyed. But you would be So as a lawyer, I would say you didn't answer my question. My question is,
and I would say I answered your question the way I want to answer your question. You might not like the way I answered your question,
but that's my question is, would you want them? If I was the
lawyer to me, I'd be like, ask and answer, counselor, move on.
Would you want them to raid Biden's home on suspicion of documents?
If they have,
which you just said they do. You just said they do.
Yes.
Okay, so then if they have probable cause with Trump, do you want the FBI to raid his home?
If they need to, sure, but not one as opposed to the other.
Right, so it'd be both. But if you're okay with one, then you have to be okay with the other.
I don't have to be okay with anything. It's just my opinion. However,
but like you're against them raiding Trump's home. I'm fine with it because they literally found documents.
You're missing the point. I'm against them raiding Trump's home because what they're doing is trying to make it it's a political.
But they found things.
Okay, and what they found things.
Right.
Okay.
But exactly. So their raid was justified.
Okay, no, there's a difference.
If they didn't find anything, then I would be like, "Fuck you guys."
No, well, they did. They spent millions and millions on the Mueller report, and they found nothing. Millions of taxpayer dollars.
But that's also it wasn't million. I don't know if it was millions.
But you can look. You want to look up what it cost?
Yeah, sure.
I think it cost like over $5 million of fucking money.
Really? Well, that's nothing to the government. Okay. That's pennies.
It's still a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and then by the way, what about all the press related to it, or the defense making them look?
That's not government.
No, but placing them to a false light. Do you know what I'm saying? You fuck with people.
No, I don't.
It's wrong.
But like. If let's say even if the suspicions were baseless, right? Like that he was working with China or whatever, or not China, Russia, right? Which was what the Mueller report was based on. I think we should be always investigating our presidents and what they're doing. They work. It's like they work for us, and they make all the important decisions for us. I want to know if they're up to shit, and that's what the Mueller report was about.
Some things you don't want the government does. Some things you don't want to know about what they have to do.
No, we should know everything.
Okay.
I disagree fundamentally on that.
But the problem is,
and that's what the journalism used to be about.
The problem
it's
is
not anymore.
I don't think they need to know everything, because the people don't need to know everything. Number one,
why?
Because then our enemies know everything. If the people know about it, it comes out there in the public. We don't need our enemies knowing everything. Okay. Sometimes you need the element of surprise. Sometimes you need some confidentiality.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. No one needs to. It's like this. Don't air my dirty laundry. No one needs to know what goes on in my house.
No,
it's no one's business.
but what if? Well, yeah, it's your house though. You own the house.
But you understand. But listen.
But what if things were going on in your house with mom, me, Bryce, and Burke, and you didn't know? You'd be like, no, I should know. I'm paying for all this. That's what it is.
But really, we're paying. I know it's the president of people, but they still got to do what's best for the greater good of the.
But we know that they don't do that. When's the last president that you've thought that you've believed is doing that? You know,
Reagan.
We know that they're not doing that, so that's why we need to be extra harsh on them and extra investigative.
But the press it's so corrupt and it's so editorial. It's such bullshit. It is,
of course, but
it was so divided that it's and people just believe the propaganda. So the point is, it's a witch hunt against Trump. Period. And I'm not saying he's an angel. That's not what I'm saying. They fear him, and they've been doing this ever since he was fucking president and won. Second, I
don't know if they fear him anymore. The media
midterm, the first 4 years. After 2 years, they started this fucking thing going against him, knowing for him to run.
Yeah, but I just thought about this, but I feel like
pull up how much cost for the Mueller report.
I feel like the media. Hold on, how much did Mueller report cost? Let's see. This is from CNN. Million. No, it's more. Justice Department says the Mueller investigation costs $32 million. Well, that's from CNN.
Well, CNN's there you go. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
All right.
That accounting tallied both the amount former special counsel Robert Mueller borrowed from other Justice Department components that weren't under his direct control, as well as his office's direct expenses. They spent $16 million on his office over 2 years. The total amount of the office for the final 6 months was $6 million, according to the accounting statement. That figure breaks down into two parts: his direct expenses and his indirect. In the last 6 months before the council closed in May, they spent $4.1 million, mostly on personnel.
How about giving that to the homeless?
Well,
okay, but you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, it's not one or the other. No, it's not how the government works. But
you understand.
Yeah, I mean that was. I don't know. I'm torn on it because one, that is a lot of money, but two, we should always be investigating our presidents. We shouldn't not investigate them. Wouldn't you want? Oh, here, would you want government money being spent on an investigation into all of Hunter Biden's Burisma stuff with his Ukraine corruption and all that stuff to find out the truth? And
well, then we get rid of him and we have Kamala Harris.
Maybe that would happen, but my question was, would you want them to get the government? Because we have suspicion, right, that he was involved in corrupt dealings with the Ukrainian power company, Burisma, and all this money coming out of government and deals when Biden was president or vice president. Would you want them to investigate that? I would.
Yes.
Okay, that costs money. So you would be okay with that investigation, but this investigation, you were like, fuck you.
You just don't do an investigation unless you do a precursor type stuff to see if it warrants, sort of like an indictment. Okay, you just don't say I'm going to indict somebody. You have to do a little bit of background, a little bit of recon, so to speak, to see if it's worth your while to go further.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm trying to get is, we know there's issues with the Biden family. There's connections. Okay, here a lot of stuff is just speculation. For example, when the Capitol, they're blaming that strictly on Trump, saying he's the one who orchestrated. There's no proof he orchestrated that. They might be Trump supporters.
Right, but sometimes before there's proof, you have to. A lot of times you have the speculation, and then you have to investigate to find the proof, right?
But there's more than you need more than just saying I have a hunch. There's a political motive to discredit him.
No, totally.
I'm not denying what I have the issue with.
Right.
If they did that to Biden, okay, I would have an issue with that too.
Really? I don't think you would.
Because
they were trying to get rid of him?
No, if you're just doing just to discredit the person,
but that's what Fox does. They totally just always try to discredit Biden.
What?
Just because he's the Democrat.
There's the difference between just saying, like, when you run a political campaign, the other opponent they make look bad, because we know that Fox and CNN have complete different views, as opposed to one saying investigating and doing an indictment or doing a raid or whatever it is, just because you want to you fear the person, you want to take him so he can't, you know what I'm saying? Sort of like, it's like this: when you're in court, you can say something that's a value that's so probative that you taint the jury's mind, and then
Fox does that all the time,
and the other lawyers say, "All right, no problem, I'll withdraw my question."
Right, but you've already got it in their mind.
Right, so that's my point.
Yeah, but Fox does that all the time with Biden's mental capacity. They'll say all the time, he probably has dementia. He probably doesn't.
Right,
we have no idea. That's
complete
speculation.
But okay,
you've never seen a single medical record.
What are you yelling for? I'm just talking.
Sorry.
I'm just
talking too.
Okay, I'm not talking about the news. We know about.
You are talking about the news.
No, there's a difference.
What are you talking about?
No, okay, I'm not talking about the two stupid channels that you watch, because only conservative people watch Fox and only liberals watch CNN.
Okay.
So it's sort of stupid. I'm talking about going in where the government spending all this money, doing these investigations, doing these things to discredit the person, where if you don't have the fucking real background, like, to me, if they spend $30 million on this fucking thing, that's fucked up.
Maybe it's not. I shouldn't say obviously, but I would think that if it's corrupt, right?
Can you fix that? Yeah, go ahead.
You're like, it's corrupt. They're doing it just to besmirch this thing, all this whatever. Why would they have released the thing and been like, no, there's actually nothing here. We were wrong.
Because I think
if they were so corrupt, why wouldn't they have forged something? Fumbled something together?
Because there are probably certain at that level, there's checks and balances. For example, when we watched that film when you showed me when they stormed the Capitol and the five police were walking the guy around, opening the doors. Okay, you know there's something sketch? That's some fucked up shit. And then they're all gone. Like, there's such corruption. It's such a crock of shit. And why did things
but if it's fully a crock of shit, then why can't they get all the way to the finish line?
I don't know. And why does things come out like a year later? Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. Even the Pelosi thing, a year later, it doesn't. But
I'm asking, if they have that power, then why?
I don't know if they have that power. I don't know. I don't know what goes on. We'll never know. But the point is, if this start at the very beginning, I mean, if you're gonna do it against one, do it against all, and they're not.
Right, but you're saying they shouldn't do it against any.
I didn't say that.
You said this.
No.
You said they raided his home, and I'm like, yeah, they should raid his home if they have suspicion.
No, I don't think. I don't know if
the president's not above the law. If anything, they're more scrutinized under the law, in my opinion.
Okay, well, I don't have an issue really with the I don't know what documents and the way they made it. Listen, then it's not fair. That's all. It's not fair. It's not equitable.
It's not equitable. So I'm saying, right? I agree with you. It's not equitable. They should treat every president like they should treat Trump. That's what I'm saying. The media should be so hard on every president. That's their job. That literally is their job, to find out the truth and to question everything.
But you can't. We're weak. We look weak. People don't fear us anymore. The other countries don't. They laugh at us. When we start.
But that's what makes the president better is when the media goes after them, and nothing is, and they're still like, yep, okay.
But you know what, Bronson? There is a point where you have to support your fucking leader. We keep a unified front to constantly with all the memes and the this and all the stuff on social media, and things are so much out there. Let me finish. Out there so much more, and a complete disrespect and disregard for our president. It makes our country look fucking weak.
So you think the media should act towards the president like they're acting towards Biden?
No, I
supportive on his side.
No.
So how should they act?
It's not 0 to 100. This started from saying they doing the one for their motive behind it is very different. Okay, using taxpayer dollars to indict this one, to do whatever, to prove a point, is very different than what they should be doing if they're not going to treat them equally. That's all I'm saying.
If they're not, what do you mean? I don't understand that sentence.
Presidents, they need to treat it equally.
In what way? Right, so they're not being treated equally. How do you want them to be treated? Like, what does equal mean? Equal on the Trump side, equal on the Biden side,
I don't
in
know.
the middle?
I don't know what they.
Right, but if you're saying what they're doing is wrong, they need to be equal, then it's like, what does equal mean?
No, don't do it as a fucking make it as a political statement to fucking go ahead and that's all it is. They're not really. They don't care about what Trump did or didn't do. It's just strictly because it's Trump. They don't like him. And they want to take him down. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah, modern. I mean, it's just the problem with modern journalism. Journalism really used to be They called them muckrakers because they literally like raked up the muck of all the politicians to find them. That's literally what, journalists in the 20s and 30s and shit. That's what their position was called. They didn't go by journalists. They went by muckrakers because they thought their job was to find all the bad shit that the politicians are doing. Not find the shit, rake it. Like it's already there, right? So they're not stirring it up. They're just like, you did this, and calling them out because they were like truth above all.
And that's fine if they for journalists. These people on both sides, they're not journalists.
Yeah, that's why I said modern journalism isn't journalism. So
to me, it's a crock of shit.
Yeah, but would you want them to treat Trump like they treat Biden? I wouldn't, because then I'd be like, oh, we're gonna end up in like a Hitler regime. If the press was all on Trump's side and shit and followed his every move, I would be like, that's very dangerous.
Different issues and questions. I'm just
saying. Yeah, I was just bringing that up.
I'm just saying that the journalists today are not journalists, so I think they're all a crock of shit. They're nothing more than editorials being told what to say by the money behind it.
I agree completely.
And I'm saying, if in the olden days when you had journalists, if they want to, whoever it is, whatever your political views were, it would be nice for the journalists. It would be nice for the journalists.
You're just changing it a lot.
Well,
so
I don't want to fucking hold this thing.
So if you keep it down, then just don't bring it up to your mouth. If you're going to keep it there,
I would think that I would like the journalists not have a political view or agenda and just do what they do. Just be journalists.
Like do the truth.
Be a fucking journalist.
That's what they use.
The truth would be nice.
Back then, they used to just be like, the truth is all that matters. They didn't care about political parties.
I know.
But that also used to be the case with everything. Networks didn't care about political parties back in the day.
It's all money now.
Yeah,
like Pfizer with CNN, it's all money driven.
Right, and it's agendas.
People sell their soul
and
for the
teams.
dollars.
Right, so it's like if you invested a bunch of money in one team, then you're like, that team is my team. I gotta Pfizer invested a lot of money in one side because they knew that side would help them, and then, so now they're on that team. Of course,
it's all money. Bottom line money. It's not even team. It's about the dollar.
Yes and no. Like, yes on the big level with corporations, but no on the small level. Like, a lot of people now have just like, it's too ideological that the money doesn't even matter. A lot of people will spend money, like extra money that they lose just for their team. Like, Trump has lost way more money than if he wasn't president. If Trump never became president, he would have.
Well, that's different.
And especially now, he's probably hemorrhaging money running again.
That's a different issue. That's a.
But now it's an ideological thing.
It could be narcissism. It could be power. It could be ego. There's different things. I think what I was saying.
That's why I'm saying it's not about money. Always.
But they're different issues.
Corporations, it is.
No, when they get involved, the news and things like that, it's all about money. Period.
See, again, I disagree. CNN has lost more viewers and sponsorships in the last 2 years than they've ever before. They had to cancel they literally had to cancel shows and their streaming service because they lost so much money, and they're still sticking to their party line. So it's not about money. If it was about money, they would have stopped doing what they're doing. I don't think they
could stop. I think that this is what I think they could. Those things didn't work, so they're going to try to stop. But I don't think they're gonna.
But they're hemorrhaging money, so. That's why I'm trying to say. I think a lot of it is ideological. Now they pick their side, and they have to dig their feet in because they pick their side. They're losing so much money. Like, CNN is literally, their viewership has gone down, down. Right, but they haven't pivoted. They haven't at all.
I don't think they could pivot.
Right, but they're losing money, so it's not about money. It's about ideology. I'm saying they picked their team. Exactly, I agree with you. They couldn't pivot now. They're too deep. That's why I'm arguing against you saying it's all about money.
No, but the people that they're I'm saying the corruption. Okay, if people are corrupt, like whether they're politicians or someone like Biden or whatever it might be, that's all about the money. That's about the mighty dollar. The advertisers.
Right, but that's not what we were talking about originally. We can pivot to that, but that's not what we were talking about when you said it's all about money.
No, when people are involved in that stuff, the politics, all yes.
Yeah, but you first said news corporations and stuff. It's all
corporations.
And
you use every time you say, which I know, I'm a little older than you. It's about the bottom line. You say they're shareholders. Or this,
no. I agree with you, but I agree with you of what it used to be. But that's why I'm saying I think modern times it's changed because it's become so ideological. Like you just said, CNN can't change.
No, but
because
Pepsi,
they're too deep.
If Pepsi losing money, they're not changing the name to Coke. You know what I'm saysaying?
Right, but
They do
Pepsi isn't
Pepsi.
but Pepsi isn't a political figure.
No, but
CNN is.
No, but CNN is always had for many years. It's always been different than let's say the conservative side.
Not 10 years ago. It's
MSNBC,
been a mono thing.
There's certain newspapers and there's certain publishing companies that are much more liberal.
Right,
It's just the way it is.
They're losing money. So why, if it was all about money for them, why wouldn't they pivot?
They can't.
The New York Times did.
They might go out.
Remember the New York Times last year? We talked about this a lot. They've slowly started to. They changed their editorial board. Remember, and then the new editorial board wrote that article about the importance of free speech. Remember, we talked about this a while ago. Mm-hmm. They a year ago they changed a lot of their executive staff. They started writing articles about more they were. They're still left and liberal. But they started writing a lot of articles where it was the importance of truth and things like that. And calling out things where you would be like, whoa, this is a New York Times article. And that's a pivot in their business structure because they were losing money. But CNN hasn't done that because I think they're in too deep.
Could be.
Because I think for a lot of people now, on an individual just citizen level all the way up to the top, it's too... there's just teams. You are on the team. You're against what the Dems do no matter what. You're just on your team. You would never vote for someone blue ever. You just wouldn't, right? Or I guess you can answer that yourself. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped, who has been a huge travel partner for me. I not only did I use all my products before the trip, but their stuff is so portable. So I brought my lawnmower 4.0 in my little toiletry bag because it's so small you wouldn't even know it's in there. It takes up no space. And I brought my beard trimmer in the little travel case that it comes in. And you can put all your stuff in your Manscaped Dob kit that comes. So I used it all before because you got to look good before a trip. And I have it all with me because it's all portable and good. And the batteries last so long that you don't need to bring chargers either.
That's the best part.
I haven't charged my lawnmower in a month. I don't know how it still works.
And your lawnmower gets some good use because literally fucking cutting grass.
It's working overtime.
Yeah.
Mine. So Manscaped, if you guys don't know, I would be shocked. But if you don't know, they make great grooming products for anything you need in the bathroom. We use all their products. If you're looking for a beard trimmer, they got a new one, the Beard Hedger Pro, which is a great beard trimmer. It comes with 20 different cutting lengths, so you can do anything.
It makes a great gift. It really does.
Yeah, it's super professional. Lawnmower 4.0 is the body hair trimmer. It's small, waterproof. All their stuff has their skin safe technology, which is literally magic. You don't have to worry about any hair pulls or nicks or cuts or anything. It's great. So head over to their website, manscaped.com. You can use the code DaddyIssues20. You'll get 20% off your order and free shipping.
Oh, wait, so real quickly.
Yeah.
So we were in the Blue Lagoon, and we had to do the showering in the men's room, and everyone's naked or whatever. Manscaped would have fucking killed it in that place.
True. We were the best looking ones, though, because we're all Manscaped.
There was a lot of fucking bush shit going on there.
A lot of European bush that needed to be
We're
trimmed.
talking men's bush. And they just... I was like, we should have had to set up a Manscaped stand.
Manscaped booth.
Yeah, it would have been great.
Yeah. But once again, go to manscaped.com, use the code DaddyIssues20. You'll get 20% off and free shipping.
If I knew about the generally speaking, you're correct. I don't know enough about these Democrats, but I don't like what they're doing.
But you don't know enough about them because you don't care because they're Democrats.
Well, no, that's not. It's not because I don't care. It's because of what I've seen them do and destroy our country and the views and philosophy behind it. I don't agree with the general stuff. I just don't. It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
So therefore, I need to. And things are so bad. I want to change. Therefore, it needs to change.
But when we voted in the midterms, right when you went, you texted all in the family. You were you said just vote down all red.
But you understand why?
Right. But that's being on a team. The only name on that list you knew was DeSantis and Rubio.
I understand,
but you wrote in red for all the rest.
But
what if the red one hated Jews?
Okay, but understand it's not about so much. I hear what you're saying.
So it's not about the individual; it's about the team.
No, but it's not even about the team. It's about the view of what that group stands for. So I'm not just so to me.
But a lot of the red team stands for things that you do not agree with at all.
But understand something. I can't.
You gotta speak a little.
But I can't. Remember, I don't have to like. We talked about this. I don't have to like everything.
Of course.
I just have to like certain main things that are important, like say money, safety, crime.
Yeah.
Like I picked the 4 or 5 that are most important that mean stuff to me. So therefore, if that, like for example, I'm Jewish. When I go to temple, I don't believe in everything that the Judaism stands for. I don't believe in everything the rabbi says. There's certain core things that are important to me that might not be. You might have other items in Judaism that mean something to you than it means to me. Of
course.
So those I don't look at as teams. I look at the general ideology of that organization, and therefore I fit more with those. Just like when you date a girl and look for this formal relationship, you meet. There could be 50 nice girls. They can all be Jewish nice girls, but you might say this one has certain values and goals that I want, and that's what attracts you more.
But are there
Do you understand the difference?
I do. But going off that thing, right? You like a couple things, so you like one side. Are there things on the Democrat side that you like? A couple things?
Okay. Now, because it's gone so far, right? I don't believe in this whole.
But it's. Yeah, but
I do believe
not everyone too, right? Though, like just how like on the right, good thing.
I'm making general statements.
Yeah,
right?
like there's a lot of bad on the right too.
Look, I believe in abortion, right? So the right side doesn't. I believe in abortion,
right? So that's a blue team point that you're like I'm strong on that point.
I don't.
That's a blue team point.
Yes, no, but what I like what the okay. When I grew up,
just try to stop.
Okay, when I grew up.
I think it might be
at your age, it was very different in the world than it was today.
Totally.
Okay, I lived it.
Yeah.
I lived it. Different than what you read and
of course.
You talk about your history. I'm talking about from a reality. So in a reality standpoint, whether you're Democrat or Republican, it wasn't so divided, and it was and people didn't hate Dems if you were Republican or vice versa. You just voted a certain way and you picked one or two that meant things to you.
And a lot of people they would go back and forth. They would vote for a blue president or red
100%.
because they were like, I like that one or I like that one.
100%. So
but
what
now we're on
was,
teams.
So
that's
what
I'm saying.
It's
you wouldn't vote for a blue guy because you liked him, because you would be like, I can't like him, he's blue.
No, but
because at the end of the day, he's bad.
No,
or whatever his team stands for is bad.
Let me go back to what I was saying when I was your age. So when we voted, okay, the Democrats back then were more just about helping those who need help. And I'm a firm believer of that. I believe that, and a lot of wealthy Republicans give back to charities. They do give back to our society.
The Democrats back then, when you were young, were actually what modern Republicans are kind of like now.
So
take care of us. Right. So let's not do foreign wars. Let's not do foreign money.
When I look back at the when I was your age, the Democrats, people are like, ugh, you're No, it's just that most people who own their own businesses voted Republican because they wanted lower taxes. That was a huge thing. The Democrats didn't believe they always believed in taxing the rich more. That doesn't even bother me as much, even though I want to protect my dollar. So the Democrats weren't a problem, so I didn't have an issue with Democrats. What scares me about today is why I'm very anti that is because it's like a runaway train.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You know what I'm trying to say? So therefore, when you say teams, I don't look at teams. I look at an organization. For example, someone that could be a white Aryan. Well, let's say, I know that all Germans don't hate Jews. I don't hate Germans. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so it's. I'm sure there's plenty of great Democrats. It does. I will never be angry at a Democrat. I will never not be friends with a Democrat. They're allowed their opinions. I'm just saying that if I'm somebody in office that votes like that, meaning it's so scary, I'd rather have more the ideology of people that, because it's so crazy and fucked up our society. I just don't agree with how far that side's gone. And now people are afraid. So if you're a Democrat, years ago, senators and congressmen, people used to, even though they were Democrat, they still can have Republican views and vice versa. Today, you can't do that because they shun you.
Because of the teams.
Okay, call it the label, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm talking about it's an organization. For example, is my family a team? They're my family. We have similar views. Just like if you meet a girl, just similar views.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, what I'm trying to get at is that's bad in politics, but we've all gone it. The politicians do it, the corporations do it, the voters do it. I'm part whatever the word I'm trying to say.
You're part of it.
I'm influenced by that too. Every single person in
America. You know why we're
is.
influenced by it? Because it's so far out there on both sides and the media is so out there and we don't know enough about everybody else and we don't trust them. Like, for example, it would be nice. I keep hearing that click. That means everyone else does. It would be nice if they don't hear it.
No, because I don't hear it in the headphones. But
Okay.
it's fine. I won't do it.
It would be nice.
Actually, I'll just take the whole thing off. Okay, and it's in the suitcase.
Oh my god! It would be nice.
I got it on the table. It just bounced.
It would be nice if people were allowed to have difference of opinions, even in the Democratic Party, right? Now they take 4,000-page bills, they give them and they have a half an hour to vote on it, and they just fucking rubber stamp it. I don't trust that side because what's important to me are freedoms, our rights, our money, taxes, interest rates, the economy, the safety, taking care of Americans first. I want that. That's important to me. I don't think the Dems, it's just a fucking rubber stamp. So if it's going to be rubber stamp the other way, I'd rather be on the other side because that's what I believe in. Just like when I go to temple, if I went to an Orthodox temple, even though I'm Jewish, I might not even understand or relate to the rabbi who's an Orthodox rabbi because I go to a conservative, a reform service. I might not even understand it. So I don't look at it as teams. It's ideology. It just has to be that group organization. Call it teams, groups, organization, whatever it is. But that's why I make my decision.
Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, I agree with you. That's the case.
Right.
But it's not a good case. It's better when you were younger. How everyone was just kind of that's why I'm using the word team.
It was much better
because when you were younger, everyone was kind of on the same team of America. You had different ways of getting there.
1,000%.
But now we're on different teams. That's why that's why I'm using that.
Okay, and
words.
we're very separated and bifurcated. It's been like this for years. I agree. When I was growing up, it was much better. It was American pride. Not trying to. It was just. You were proud to be an American. Now it's like a fucking joke because...
Well, it's not even an American thing. It's like I'm proud to be Democratic American or I'm proud to be a Republican American.
It's like two different countries inside our country.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying using the word teams. Because it's like we're on different sides of every issue. And it doesn't even matter. It's like you can agree with a lot of their side, which you do. You agree with a lot of things that Democrats do, but you're just like, it doesn't matter that I agree with you because you're not us.
But the difference is,
and they view the same.
No, the difference. A lot of Republicans could have conversations with the Democrats and agree. I don't think a lot of Democrats because they're like, you're wrong. I just think they say you're wrong.
I think you're looking through it through a little too of rose-colored glasses. I think you might be right, like 7%. On it, like 7% more that way. But like every time you
look at
talk,
all your fucking friends.
Yeah, what about them?
The ones that are the ones that are Democrats? They fucking they shun you or whatever. They don't.
Yeah. Well, no, that's why I said you're like probably like 10% on if it was like right in the middle, right, of everyone treating each other equally. It's definitely 10% more that Republicans treat.
The liberals have a harder time. They will not let the Republicans or people that disagree have their views.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But like you, anytime someone was like, yeah, I mean, you literally like someone came over for dinner. Remember that woman came over for dinner and was like, yeah, I love Nancy Pelosi, and you said, well, anything you say now, I don't.
Because I said, tell me why, and they don't have an answer. Don't you say that? When they tell me they hate Trump, which is their choice, I say, tell me why. Don't just give me a fucking rubber stamp conclusory statement. If you go to court and you're in court and you raise an objection, why, and you have no fucking thing to back it up, it's bullshit. Tell me the fucking why. Stop being a parrot. What you hear, you have no idea. So I say you're an ignorant fuck. There's a difference. There's a huge difference when someone explains. If someone said to me, so Marshall, our friend, the husband, he's an older guy. You're friends with the kid, the blonde hair. I'm not gonna mention who it is.
No, I have no idea.
They used to live in our old community, Marsden Preserve. She got married.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we go to that place. Great. He's a Democrat. We had a normal conversation.
Yeah, but an old school one because he's an old school one.
Doesn't matter. We had a normal conversation about it,
yeah,
and it did not affect our relationship in any capacity.
But he's not a progressive. A progressive, you would never have a normal conversation with. Okay. You just couldn't.
Okay, but if the person was able to educate me, the difference between that most of what I hear,
and not every conversation has to be them educating you.
But enlighten me. Tell me where I'm wrong. I don't mind.
What if they don't?
The conclusory statements don't work with me.
What do you mean?
I don't like Trump. Why? Because he's when he opens his mouth and he.
That's a reason. What do you mean, Dad? That's 100% a reason not to like someone. But I don't like our president because he makes our country look stupid because he says stupid things. That's totally a valid reason.
Okay, but they don't have any facts about him. He's a womanizer. Okay, great. So you really?
Okay, that's a reason not to like him.
You understand what I'm saying? Though there's a big difference.
No, I think you're cherry picking and stuff.
Because fucking Clinton was a fucking biggest womanizer and he was good for our country.
Yeah,
he was a Democrat. I had no problem with it.
But you don't have a problem with Trump's womanizing. Either.
My point is, what they do in their fucking personal life doesn't affect every fucking employer. No one knows what they do. All your coworkers, no one knows what they fucking do. Yeah, but who the fuck are they to?
But that's, you can't be like, that's not a reason. No, that is a reason. 100%. Of course.
I disagree with you.
So why don't you like Hunter Biden?
Hunter Biden?
Yeah.
He's a fucking meth addict.
That's his personal life. That has nothing to do with his professional life.
There's a big difference between
that is nothing,
putting fucking videos out
what
there.
He does in his personal life.
Wait. But
he didn't put videos out there. They were on his laptop. Okay. That got leaked.
There's a big difference.
What's the difference?
Because what does Hunter Biden do for our country? Nothing. Trump did a great job for our country. It's a big difference.
Wait, no. You just
There's a big difference.
You used your employees. You said, I don't even care what my employees do in their personal life. The employees never do anything for our country.
No, but if your CEO of the company, or if you have a salesman making $5 million a fucking year, okay, and he's killing it, I don't know what he does on the weekends. I don't give a shit if he's fucking killing it and running the great company and doing it. I don't give a fuck what he does.
Okay, but that's you. But a lot of people would disagree with you. But going back to the Hunter Biden thing.
But the ones people disagreeing, they all got major fucking skeletons in their closet. They're all fucking hypocrites.
That doesn't matter.
But who the fuck are they to judge? It does.
No. But no. Whoa. I completely disagree. I can be the CEO of a company. I can be a terrible person. Let's say I could be a drug addict myself, and I could still say I don't want drug addicts working at my company because I just don't want them, because what they do in their personal life then I might think will affect their work. Even if they're good, I don't trust the drug addict, so I don't want them. But that's exactly what you just said is ridiculous.
No, it's saying you don't know. You might not know.
But that could be me being a hypocrite. I could be a drug addict myself and say I don't trust drug addicts because I know that they're not trustworthy.
Well, that would be bizarre, right?
No, that would be totally justifiable. If someone does that to me, and you see that you said I don't care about Trump's personal life at all, but then with Hunter Biden I said why don't you like him, and you said because he's a drug addict. That's a personal life thing, not a professional. He doesn't do drugs on.
What is he doing for our country? I'm asking the guy running our country. Okay,
he's not running our country.
Bill Clinton. That's what I'm saying. Bill Clinton, I thought, was a womanizer, and he was a good president.
Okay.
Didn't bother me.
But
every politician is a womanizer. Every one of them is a womanizer.
Yeah, I know, but you said that you're like them, a left person not liking Trump because of what he does in his personal life doesn't count. And I was why?
What I'm saying is tell me what related to our country.
So only political reasons.
No. Running our country, I say, tell me what he's done. I don't like his hair. I don't like his tan. He sounds like an idiot when he opens his mouth. But listen, that's all great. I get that.
Those have an effect on our country.
I get it, but you're not dating the fucking guy. You're not having him over for dinner. He's not your buddy.
Yeah, but he's the face of our country.
That
has an effect.
He ran our fucking country fucking great.
To you,
not to me. The facts are the facts. We were feared. We were strong. The economy was strong. Interest rates were fucking great. Unemployment was down. The safety of our fucking country. These are all great fucking things, period. Look at our country now. You could talk whatever the fuck you want to. Look at our fucking country now. It's a fucking joke. Interest rates are at an all-time high. People can't afford things. It's a major fucking problem. We let everyone in here illegally.
So you think like when Trump took office, or like when Trump left office, right? When Trump left office, we were...
Oh, you're blaming what happened where we are now because of Trump?
No. Well, let me finish my sentence because you don't know what I'm about to say. When Trump left office was actually maybe the lowest point in our country's history besides the Civil War.
Because of COVID?
George Floyd riots. There were literally cities were on fire. And you could say that was the left doing it. Yeah, but Trump was president. So he was the commander in chief and our cities were on fire.
Okay, listen.
So how is that being a good president? When our cities are on fire.
Okay.
We were watching the news reports of that being locked in our home. He was the president. He assembled the COVID task force. Fauci worked for him. Everyone forgets that. With the vaccines that no one trusts, the first year of the vaccines being developed before they came out, Trump every day on the news was doing news press reports every single day. Take the vaccine, take the vaccine. Kamala Harris and Biden on the other side were saying, I don't know if I trust this vaccine. It's the same vaccine. It's literally the same vaccine. Trump started it. Operation Warp Speed, which was the one that got the vaccine out faster, which was the one that wrote into the law that all of these companies have no liability in any of this. Trump did that. Trump started Operation Warp Speed. He put Fauci in charge. He did the lockdowns. So it's like you can say that then Biden extended, I'm sure, but we had a full year of lockdowns under Trump, and it was COVID, right? But it was that was not Trump's fault, but how you react to something is.
Okay. Couple things.
2020 was the worst year I've lived in my entire life, politically, I'm saying, not personally. We couldn't leave our homes. All businesses were shut down. Half of the restaurants in this country went out of business. Our cities were burning on fire. We were watching news reports of where it literally looked like we were living in the movies with cars burning,
those are
all
the
this
liberal
shit.
fucking things that in the press. And
right, but when you say
it would have been more anti-Trump if he got involved and handled it the way he wanted to handle it.
But when you say our country was amazing, it's like that was the worst. Okay, no, literally the worst. It was unrecognizable.
Okay.
Our country.
First of all, we were still a strong fucking economy. We were still fucking
where half
strong.
the businesses were. Sweden didn't shut down. All their businesses stayed open. We lost all our businesses.
Listen, the reality is
the economy wasn't strong in COVID.
Okay, 110%. When Trump was in office as a general, remember, no one's perfect all the time.
Of course not.
Number two is I don't like everything that every president does. You can't like everything about it, but you got to look at the totality of it. Okay, when Trump was in office, things were strong. COVID, we don't know what the fuck happened. For all we know, COVID could have been started by the fucking Dems to destroy. Who? We don't know. We'll never know.
Okay, but even then, Trump was a sucker because he fell for it.
No, okay.
If it was by the Dems, he locked us down for a year.
By the way, this was something that nobody fucking knew how to handle. I don't think anybody would have handled it right. It was a gamble. DeSantis made a great gamble. Could have went 50-50.
Right.
By staying open, it could have gotten a lot worse or could not have. It was a good gamble. But what we do know, now looking back, what we do know is that the Democratic states, have been run like shit. The way they're handling the COVID is run like shit. We know a lot of stuff that came out was false. We know that it was a lot of it was economic driven. 8 billionaires came from Pfizer that were as a result of this stuff. And I'm not saying everyone handled it correctly, but there's a lot of unknown as well. But
of course.
It gotten worse under the So if things were not handled correctly, there was an opportunity for the Democrats to make it better, and they didn't. They made it significantly worse. Okay, and it's been out there a year.
They just kept doing what Trump was doing.
Did it worse.
What COVID stuff did they do worse? When Biden became president, lockdowns didn't get stricter. They stayed the same and then got less.
No, because that's not necessarily true. It didn't fucking stay the same.
Where did it get stricter?
Because the lockdown stayed longer, and the Republican states...
Sure, they stayed longer, but they didn't get stricter.
No, the Republican state, you can't get stricter. Lockdown's lockdown.
It was the strictest under... everything got a little bit less.
Because the whole world shut down, and no one knew what it was, that it was a major epidemic. So therefore, I wouldn't have blamed... Look.
No, I'm not blaming Trump.
I wouldn't blame anyone for not knowing, because it was an unknown fucking thing. But the fact is, when you still have these issues with New York, California, Chicago, all these places.
But here's the thing: is like Trump was. That's why when you said Trump was a great president, I said for you.
I think he was a great fucking president.
Yeah, but when half of the country is in disarray, right? You just named it. You said California, New York, like those are full-on states. And you view them as in disarray, and they were in disarray under Trump. How is that being a good president when half the country is just fucked up?
I don't look at it under Trump. That's when we learned when this whole fucking COVID thing happened, we never really knew how much local government had so much power. I never did. I think most people feel the same way about that. We didn't know about the governors, the mayors, this kind of fucking power they had. Before that, very few people knew any governors in any state. No one knew of governors and mayors and shit like that. That's the truth. You might be
of other states. Everyone knew their own, but didn't even know them that well, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Now with the news and things like that and the power, so that's what started you saying, I think each state should be its own, it should be independent. No one talked like that. It makes sense what you're saying, because no one knew how much authority and control that local governments had by doing what they did. So you saw the Democratic view. All these people, Cuomo lost his position. You see all these fucking things that happen. You see the difference between the Democrat and Republican. I'm not a hardcore staunch Republican in some ways, but general ideology, okay, it's far better than the fucking other side, because we see what's going on. What's working now is not fucking working.
No, I agree with you.
The Democrat, the people, the fucking lower to middle class people that work hard, that can't save a dime, that live hand to mouth, that keep America strong, the majority backbone, they can't afford to fucking pay for gas. They couldn't get baby formula. They couldn't get fucking food.
Yeah.
There's a major fucking problem. Things are crazy, and all we do is making more and more debt with increasing inflation, giving these bills that are so fucking corrupted. By the way, and don't get me wrong, Republicans are just as scummy because they're voting for it too. It's a fucking joke. I'm just saying that when
I think this has been a 20-year thing, not
when
a 2-year
Trump was
thing.
president, we were a better country and strong, and people feared us. No one fucking fears us.
See,
that's all I'm saying.
I know, but do you hear it? I mean, you might not be realizing, but your thing about it is that is always external. Your thing about you've said the first thing you've said about any time you've been talking about Trump is about how the world, about America in the world, but not internally.
You want to understand?
You haven't talked about internally.
There's a couple of things. Number one, well, internally America was much stronger.
How?
Okay,
maybe economically, but not personally.
Listen.
Everyone got it. No one got along for those 4 years.
They didn't get along because they feared Trump.
But is that a good president when our country isn't getting along?
No, because he wasn't a true politician. He didn't give a shit. He was stirring up the pot. Even the Republicans.
I'm not talking about in Washington D.C.
No, but
I'm talking about in our neighborhood.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in our
No one got along for the 4 years.
Okay.
And there were fights in every household.
Okay.
People stopped talking to each other. All that
because
shit.
That's news started that bullshit.
Okay, but Trump was president.
But okay, the first and most important thing to me is the safety of our country. So I want America to be feared. Just like the safety of my family, that's the first, to me, is the safety of our country. After that, my money.
Yeah, although you know what's crazy is like when Biden became president, you were like, this is so scary. The world is going to be so unsafe.
It is unsafe.
He has 1 year left of office. What's happened in our country? From the world, outside world to us.
Oh my God, what's happened?
Yeah.
Okay,
from the outside world
is the worst fucking.
Whoa! I said from the outside world. Fentanyl's been around in our country forever. I'm talking about safety of our country on a global level from other countries, because that's what you said. You said other countries feared us. So now that they don't, what has happened?
People coming over from all the countries coming over on borders. That's a way they're coming and destroying our country. You have plenty. I'm not talking about terrorist attack. We are letting millions and millions of people from other countries in here. That's a problem.
Is that because they don't fear us or because they want to be us?
No. Oh, no. I don't think they want to be us.
No, then why are they coming here? Why are they risking their lives here to come here? Literally risking their lives.
They want to be. They don't want to be us.
So why are they coming here?
Because America has these opportunities, but they don't want to be us. They want to change America.
You
can come
really?
Here. Yes, that's my opinion.
What based on what?
Because they come here and change the America. They're not
really?
Even
how? What do they change? Like, what do Mexican immigrants change?
I have no problem with Mexican immigrants.
Then who are you talking about that's coming and changing?
There's plenty of people coming over the borders. Aren't they coming from all over? They're not just from Mexico.
Yeah, but they're mostly from Mexico, Haiti, Venezuela. So what are they trying to change? More Hispanic food in our diets? Like, what are they? No, tell me. You were the one saying they're not trying to become American. They're trying to change us. All this stuff. What are they trying to change? I'm asking you. You didn't give me one thing. What are they trying to change?
I don't know what people came over. Like,
so then why are you claiming that they're all trying to ruin our country? And not saying you don't know.
I don't have a problem with people that want to come here and work here and be productive, but I don't think that's happening here.
So what? So I'm asking you, what has changed since in the 2 years that these millions of migrants have come in over the border? What have they changed?
What have they changed?
You said they're coming here and changing.
I'm saying no. I think they. I don't think.
So you're just speculating.
You want to let me fucking finish, or you want to be a dickhead about it?
Right. Sorry, I'm not trying to be.
Well, you are being a dickhead about it because you're not letting me fucking finish. I don't think they come in here because they were like say, "I love America. I love America values." I think they come in here to bleed off the fucking system. It's like when prisoners they commit crimes to go to jail so they can have. When they're pregnant or whatever, they can have meals and a roof over their head, and the medicine, healthcare. I think they come in here to not be to benefit from our system, to benefit from our education.
But right. So benefiting from our system and benefiting from our education is a bad thing or a good thing?
Well, not if you're not a fucking U.S. citizen. We got to take everyone first. I think it's a bad thing. I don't think we should fucking let people in. What? I have a question. Am I going to fucking pay for your private school? Or am I going to pay for a stranger's private school? Am I going to pay for your medicine or someone else's medicine?
Right, but
take care. I'm
confused on where you're I'm confused on where you're getting this from. Like, or do you just believe? Do you just feel it?
Okay, no, it's not. When you Bronson,
what has changed?
When you go to the hospital, okay, or the education, and you're letting everybody in to get an education course or the healthcare, it directly affects you.
But that's different than what you said. So they want to keep our, but that's keeping our things the same and using them because they're good. You said they don't want to keep they want to change. What do they want to change? I'm confused on that.
I don't know what they want to change right now.
But you said that that's what they want to do.
But everyone's so many people are anti-fucking America.
Who?
A lot of people are anti-America coming over here.
From
a lot
where?
of people hate America from other countries.
Which ones? They don't hate America in Venezuela. They love America. They don't hate America in Colombia. They love America. Okay, they all want to marry American men so they can come here.
Talk to me in 20 years when you're an adult and you'll say, let's see where America is.
No, so but
let's see where America is.
I want you to teach me this. Ask where are the ones that hate America coming from?
What do you mean? Where they?
Like you said, you said millions are coming into America that hate it and want to change it.
I think they want to change America. Absolutely.
Change it into what?
Even not the way America values. Not about the hard work, capitalism, paying taxes.
See, interestingly though, that is from like the. I view all those people that are trying to change America as the Americans are trying to change America, right? Like like all the college. Like liberal Americans are the ones that are like America's bad. We need to change it. We have a bad history. Biden says all that shit. Like all that's.
I think that's a problem.
But that's Americans trying to change it.
I think it's a problem too.
Most immigrants I meet, I mean, in Miami is all immigrants. The city is an immigrant city, right? I'm one of the few that was born and raised there. Most of them love America more than I do.
I don't have an issue with.
Most of them came illegally.
No, listen. I don't have an issue with people coming to our country. I think you need to be productive to our country. And I agree, there's a lot of problems with our Americans. I 100% agree with that.
I think that's more, they hate them. Most Americans, liberal Americans, hate America more than the immigrants.
They're a fucking problem, liberal Americans. They're a fucking problem.
Like Hispanic, especially Venezuelan and Cuban immigrants,
I have zero issue.
Because they escaped such bad countries, they love America more than you do. And they're more right-wing than you are because they're like, I've seen the shit.
I think, listen, I don't disagree with you on that.
They want to change America for the better because they love it.
Listen, I get it, and I have no problem, and I'm not saying it's wrong. People should have a right to, I think that, and this was under Trump, and I'm not saying I necessarily agree with this. There should be easier ways to come into our country and get a social security number and be productive. I think I'm all in favor of that. I think that if you get here legally and you want to work, because I think there's a lot of lazy fucking Americans that are pathetic, and I agree that are anti-America.
You know people that live in America that are illegal. You know a handful.
Yes, but I'm saying, and I have no problem with it.
Should they be kicked out right away?
No.
But they're here illegally mooching off the system.
Bronson. Do you not listen to anything I say?
No, I know, but
wait, what?
I am because you said the problem is that they're using the system without contributing.
No, you're missing.
You said they go to the schools and the hospitals.
You're missing the point, Bronson. Okay, I'm saying many things. You're taking with 7 words. I said literally there are plenty of people. I have no problem people coming in. I said under Trump they made it very restrictive, and I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
I
okay,
just
fair.
said that.
But I'm going to before that.
No, but I don't think just because 5 million people come over the fucking little river, they are handed a cell phone without a mask when they treat Americans like shit, and you got to fucking have a mask on, and you can't travel to things.
Okay.
They let people. I have a fucking problem with that because this whole woke bullshit thing.
Wait, but
come here fucking the right way and be more productive, and in a sense give them. And if they don't produce, okay, then we can't. There's only so much resources, so people should be able to, I have no problem. Listen, everyone that came to America was here, were immigrants for the most part, right?
Yeah.
So I have no problem, but we know it's illegal to be here illegally. So why are we letting that happen? It's basically, it's black and white, it's against the law. Why are we letting them in?
I don't agree with illegal immigration.
But just
happening. Because it's, I only don't agree with it just because it's illegal. You don't agree with it because you said all those other issues.
No,
you just got to the illegal part.
There's a lot of criminals. They're not vetting. They were talking about COVID, letting people in. I don't agree with it. I think we have so many problems.
I'm just confused on why you said they're coming to change. That's to change this country. I've never thought that like the goal of the immigrants is to come change this country.
I didn't say the goal of immigrants is to change this.
You said they're coming here to change.
I said there's a lot of people that come here that don't like America and want to change America.
Right, but then why they come? I'm genuinely confused. Why, if they don't like it here, why would they come here?
There's opportunities here.
But they don't like it.
That doesn't mean anything. Listen,
then why are they choosing to come here if they don't like it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they see shit on the fucking news, what Biden's doing, and then they come here. I don't know.
Right, but you see how that's confusing. Like I'm confused on where you're getting that, because so they want to come here, they're risking their lives and they're risking jail time because it's illegal.
Well, they're not getting. We know that doesn't.
Okay, but they're doing illegal activities and risking. Always coming here illegally is risking their lives.
The fact is, we have
for a thing that they hate. That makes no sense to me. You just said they want to take it down.
I didn't say they take it down.
You said they hate America.
No, I never said hate. I never said they take it down.
Okay, so don't like.
I never said those words. I never said.
So you said don't like and they want to change.
I didn't say don't like. Okay, I did say don't like, but I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all. But look, there's a lot of Muslims. I'm not saying all Muslims. That's not what I'm saying. But they come into Europe. There's a lot of change. There's a lot of hatred of America. They're the largest population. They're coming and infiltrating into.
What do you mean the largest population?
Isn't it like a big percentage of Europe is a lot of Muslim?
Yeah,
but it's that's
Europe.
Okay, but it's happening here too in America.
But do they not like America? I think they all like America.
No, I'm not saying it's. See, you're gonna think I'm saying it's a negative against Muslims. I'm saying it's a very different culture. They don't want the American culture. It's a big difference. Their ideology is different. Their religion is different. So they don't want. Don't understand? It's a big difference in the fact of changing the ideology of what America stood for. So that's a problem. Now, if someone's here,
that is a problem. But
what about all these people come from China and are being educated in American schools? You know, it's when they go back to their country or they.
Well, that's a different problem. That's not immigrant. That's not people living here.
But what I'm saying is, but there are people living here from China that are here, like not the right word, shills or whatever, but they're here for, and then they have the police. Talked about the police and this and that. These are problems.
Well, the reason why Chinese police. Actually, that's like
they don't want them. They want to make sure they.
The reason why the Chinese police are here is because that actually a lot of Chinese citizens are coming to America and then are like, I don't want to go back.
I get
they
it,
like it here too much.
But they're changing. But there are.
But like just like so, like you're like the Muslims are coming here, and their views are their like culture is different, so it's going to change America. I agree, their culture is different, definitely. But they've been coming here for a long time. Most came like. As like the Iraq war was happening, right? Like under Bush, we had more Muslim immigration than we do now.
And I don't care if someone's Muslim. But
like, what's changed? If anything, it's changed against their wishes. Muslims, so much more than any other group in America, maybe not any, but like Muslims as a group are extremely conservative and extremely anti-woke, anti-LGBT, anti all that stuff. So post their immigration, America has gone worse the other way. It's gone worse against their views.
Okay, listen.
So but like most of them most of them came already.
Remember this day.
Muslim immigration isn't as big as in America as it was before.
And look back in 20,
most are going to Europe now.
Remember this day and look back in 20 years from now, and you'll see how America.
So 9/11 was over 20 years ago. When that happened, then right, like everyone in this country turned against, not everyone, but Muslims became. Like being Muslim became a lot more dangerous, right? In America, post 9/11, because everyone was like viewed them as
they're prejudiced about
yeah, exactly.
Bias, yeah.
So now we're post 20 years, right? So back then you could have said 20 years from now, the Muslims are going to ruin this country and all this stuff. It's gone against their wishes. Now we're 22 years out from 9/11, and it's gone. It's if anything, they would like this country less and less and less because it's gone further away from their values, not closer to their values. But do you not agree with that? Like that? Do you not see that?
You will see where America in 20 years.
But you're just basing that off nonsense. I'm basing it off what's happened in this country. I'm showing like 20 years ago, people hated Muslims way more. They were way more coming. They were way more all this. And we were, now people are like, whatever, to Muslims. It's like there's not animosity towards that group as much as there was 20 years ago.
I get it.
Right? So there was so much more animosity towards them. There were so many more coming back then. And now, 20 years later, the country has done the opposite of what you're saying. It hasn't gone closer to what the Muslims have wanted. It's gone way further than what they wanted.
Yeah, but
that's why they're going to Europe and shit, because they're like, oh my God, America is trans people. Fuck that. That's against our values. We have to leave. That's literally why they're going other places.
Presidents in office that can do severe damage to our country, and Biden is one of them. His office.
Totally, I agree.
Will do severe fucking.
Not what
damage.
we're talking about, but I totally agree.
No, it started with Trump, and I'm telling you right now, when Trump was in office, he did not do severe damage to our country.
I think he did extremely severe damage, not economically, not on the world scale, but within our country. He made wounds in our country.
He didn't. You got to follow the advice.
Okay, wounds because he was in office.
The media did it because they feared him. There's a difference.
A lot of it was
the
him
media
too.
caused fucking problems.
The
media is a problem, not him.
He pushed a lot of buttons, Dad. It wasn't. You can't blame it all on the media.
You'll see. I blame 85 to 90% on the media.
He fueled a lot of fires that
right
drew
now
people apart.
When you have a strong economy, things trickle down you to that. We have a bad fucking economy, and it's affecting people. It's affecting. I put ads in the Indeed for people, and you guys see how many fucking resumes you get people unemployed. It's unbelievable. It's a problem. You'll see.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but yes, I agree with you, but it's not one or the other. That doesn't mean
you'll see the first and foremost is a strong economy. That's the most important thing. The trickle down from a strong economy is huge. People say money doesn't make you happy. It makes things a lot fucking easier. When people are doing well financially, the trickle down is huge. It's a big thing when the economy's strong and people are thriving. It's a huge fucking thing. You'll see. When you're a fucking working person, you just want a fucking
It's the
family,
most important thing.
Right. So that's the most important.
Because that also even will heal social wounds. Because if everyone is flourishing, then people will be like, you know what? I don't care about I'm happy with my life. You know how much
we used to give with fucking charities, and now you can't because
that's not what I meant. Okay, sure, but that's not what I meant.
The wealthy gave so much to fucking charities, and now when things get tightened up, whatever. Look at the market, look at the stock market, the real estate market, look at the fucking finance, look at the banking industry. Look, okay, it's a major problem. What about the fucking people who thought they were going to retire and they lost all the fucking 25% in the stock market? It's a major problem. Major problem. With a strong economy, there's so many things that benefit. In a fucking bad economy, you create fucking havoc, and that's what the government wants. They want this fucking havoc. They want the dependency. It's a fucking given. And we talk about it for hours, but let's do a follow advice, and you'll see.
We also didn't talk anything about the actual indictment or anything. Literally didn't talk anything about that.
That's what we always do. What do you want to do?
No, nothing.
That's what we always do. We always get sidetracked.
This is funny because this is about immigrating. This is from London. It says, "Hi guys, my name is London. I'm a huge fan of your podcast since day one. I feel like a lot of my views align with Jon, and all my friends' views align with Bron. So the dynamic between you two is what I deal with every day, which is why I love the podcast."
Your friends are idiots. Good.
That's nice. You literally just called me an idiot.
No, I'm teasing, Bronson.
Okay. I'm a 27-year-old woman living in Canada. Lately, I've been seriously considering moving to the States through the proper channels, of course. And I would love your advice on where would be a good place to move to. I love New York, Manhattan. However, if I wanted to stay in a liberal circus, I would just stay up in Canada. I've thought about Florida, but I'm not a fan of the heat. However, I can stop being a bitch about it and just deal with it. In terms of jobs, I have a degree in marketing and a background in health sciences. So finding a career wouldn't be the problem, especially since everything is work from home nowadays. Bronson, I'd love your advice because we're around the same age and your perspective. Where would be a good place to meet new friends? Jon, I'd love your advice as a businessman and conservative on which city would suit me, knowing our views and work ethic are identical. Anyways, any advice on where would be a good starting point in the U.S. would be appreciated. Love the podcast, love the dynamic, and I look forward to it every week. Your number one fan, London.
Thank you, London. It's very nice. We appreciate your support. And, of course, Bronny, you know you're not an idiot. Give me a fucking break.
Okay.
I think Canada's beautiful. I love Canada's very nice. I mean, we've only visited there. We don't live there. It is very liberal, though. I do hear from my friends that live there.
Yeah, it's beautiful scenery, but it also is very cold.
Very, very, and it's got a lot of tax problems, healthcare problems, a lot of issues there. I would not move to New York. I think it's if you're 27 making a life.
So they want a city, clearly, because they chose Manhattan.
Listen, you got it, London. You got to think
that many options.
No, but you got to think, London. At your point of 27 years old in your life, this is not going to be where you pretty much your future is. You're going to build a family. New York, I think, is a shithole, don't you? It's a shithole.
Yeah, and it's like if you were 22, you could do New York for a couple
2-3 years.
27, it's like you can't really do you can't really waste a couple years
because you're building your life at this point.
Right, you can't really waste a couple years.
So what do you think? We're impartial.
They've only got a couple options because they clearly want city and they want not liberal.
Tampa is also
so their
a booming
options
area.
are Florida cities, Texas cities, or like Nashville. Nashville might be their option because it's not hot. But like Austin and Houston are hot, just as hot as Florida.
I don't love Texas.
What?
I don't love Texas.
Why?
I know. I think this is a more metropolitan area and more growth. I think.
You're talking about Florida.
Yeah, Florida. I'm not talking about Iceland.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't love Texas because Florida is better?
No. Well, I think Florida's better.
But that's not a reason to not like Texas.
I'm just giving my opinion.
Yeah, no, but I'm asking why do you not like Texas? Because I thought I didn't know you didn't like Texas.
I don't dislike Texas. I just don't think it's as I don't know. I think that Florida is more metropolitan, more growth. For me, as a New York fast pace, South Florida offers that more. For example, like where if I was in, like if you were coming from Canada, I would think you might like Tampa better. Tampa's a booming because she's from Canada. It's like Midwest. Midwest people usually move to Naples. Eastern people move to South Florida. It's a mentality.
But that's why I think she wouldn't even like Florida at all, because it's so not Canada.
Oh, no, but...
She said she doesn't want the heat. That's why I said... She said, I've thought about Florida, but I don't like the heat.
Yeah,
that's
but
why
you
I
get
said,
used
like,
to it.
Nashville.
You get used to it. It could be hot, too, in Canada in the summer, can it?
It's
Nashville, what's there?
It's not Florida.
What's in Nashville?
What do you mean?
Come on, what's there?
It's a city.
That one street?
It's a city. No, that's like the one tourist street.
I know not. I can't. You know nothing about Nashville, just like I know nothing about Nashville.
Right, but I know it's a booming city that had a huge influx of people, and it's not hot, and it's conservative, so that fits all our criteria. That's why I said it.
Okay. Yeah, I can't give you any advice on Nashville. Honestly,
I don't know anything about it too, but I know that people like living there.
But see,
and I know that a lot of conservative businesses moved there because it was conservative.
Yeah, but I
just like Texas and Florida.
Literally. I'm the wrong person to ask because
What do you mean? What's in Nashville? What's in any place?
I love Florida. I think it's the best, so I'm the wrong person to ask. I would live nowhere else.
I would have said Florida too, but she literally had a line that said not Florida.
Okay, but I am telling you, it's the best fucking place to live. Period. And I think you gotta get stuff like Miami is great, very crowded and booming. People that live in Tampa love Tampa, and I still.
What's in Tampa?
People love Tampa.
I know, but I'm doing what you did to. People love Nashville. People love it.
But I don't. But
you see, like you go Nashville. How'd you ever live in Nashville? There's one street.
Booming city. I don't know anything about it.
Nashville's more booming than Tampa
in
terms of like more businesses move to Nashville than Tampa.
London, go to fucking Nashville. What do you want from me?
But you're just funny how you like form opinions based because you were like Nashville. There's nothing in Nashville, and then you're like Tampa is the best because why? Because people love it.
What's in Nashville?
I don't know, but I don't know what's in Tampa. What's in Tampa?
Oh, but listen.
And then I asked you what's in Tampa, and you said people love it. It's like that's not what's in it.
I've spoken to people who live there, and they love it. I never
Same with that. I've spoken to people in Nashville.
Okay, I know. So that's why I said I'm the wrong person. I don't know a single person who lives in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm saying I know nothing about Nashville.
Yeah.
But I said I'm also biased because I love fucking Florida.
Yeah.
Now South Florida to me because it has an Eastern mentality. But if you're coming from like the Midwest or Canada, which is like a little nicer type kind of person and not as fast paced, so to speak, you might want to go to Tampa, which is booming. That's what I'm saying. That makes to me it makes 100% perfectly good sense.
It does make sense. But that you just said her going to Tampa makes sense to me. I'm saying it doesn't make sense. Whatever. It's not a big deal. I'm saying it doesn't make sense that you were like Nashville, but you're like Tampa.
No. A client that moves like people that move from Chicago usually move to Naples as opposed to let's say Boca.
Okay.
It's just it's what attracts it. It's a different mentality.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is when I hear Canada, a lot of Canadians move to Tampa. I mean,
she could be like
from. Listen,
half of the license plates on the fucking road are Quebec in the winter.
By the way,
in Miami,
more people move from fucking Canada to Naples than they do move to Miami or into Boca.
I have no idea.
They live on the West Coast. They do. I do have an idea. That's
I was saying I don't know. That's what I meant. I don't know.
The South, the East Coast of Florida is more of a Eastern.
Okay, let's get back to her advice.
London, I would if you don't want. I love.
Are there
Florida.
any other? The Midwest has nice cities, but they're not really. The Midwest does have nice cities.
And they're cold.
Yeah, they're cold, but she's from Canada.
You're right. All right.
She
can't go to Chicago.
Well, if you don't like New York,
fucked up. No, Chicago's fucked up. You can't go there.
There's like Omaha and places in Wisconsin.
Stay where you are. Stay where you are.
Like people like those.
No, stay where you are. You spoke to people about those places?
Yeah, those places constantly get ranked on like the best cities to live in America because people like.
What are top 10 cities? Look at top 10 conservative cities.
Well, should I do conservative?
Yeah, because she's the
I wonder what best conservative
cities today, Junior.
U.S. cities. Well, see, this is most conservative cities. We don't want that. This is the best conservative places to live in America from November from Stacker. I've never heard of it in my life, but let's see. Let's go all the way to 1. These are like random. 1 is, oh my God, number 1 has a population of 4,000 people. Cave Springs, Arkansas. Like what? And then it's Cherry Hill Estates, Kansas, with a population of 424. So London could be the 425th. Then Elm Grove, Wisconsin, and the computer just died.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say Texas, Tennessee, Florida. What other states are there? Arizona, but it's too hot.
Oh, fucking hot.
Yeah, but Arizona's conservative. Too hot.
Florida, London.
What else? Can't go anywhere West Coast.
Nope. All right, we got to go. I love you. Ronnie?
Love you too.
London, go to Florida. You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.